What's going on, family? Yeah, I said, what's going on? Another day at the mountain, chilling, vibing, just enjoying my freedom. Just enjoying just being out here on the mountain. These week has been, challenging and things like that. With me finally getting my moped, that thing 50cc, so it's street legal. But I got pulled over by the police, and they gave me a citation, and I thought it was wrong. So I went up to the sheriff's and got that situation handled. But I still got to deal with this the ticket. I got to call them, go to the court, however, to get that out the way. But the sheriff override, gave me the paperwork. Yeah, you can ride around. You good, as long as you in New Mexico. So I was planning on trying to go to Texas, but I was like, oh no, if I go to Texas, they're gonna be on me hard. No games being played. So I was like, dang, I can't go to Texas. Now I gotta wait till I get, all this other stuff. But it's cool just for the time being now. Just enjoy being able to ride out finally to the mountains where I'm not limited into the city limits with the bus, because it's a stretch to get out here. Ain't no way I'm walking all the way out here. You know what I mean? This beautiful, beautiful, beautiful nature. You know what I mean? And this is where I just go to get my peace of mind. Take a break, you know what I mean, from the always absorbing gang stalking. Everything gang stalking. I make the videos to try to encourage people. I don't try to make videos to prove nothing to people or anything like that. My videos is based off like encouragement. Keep going like John Wick. You know, uh, don't crash out. You know what I mean? Because if you're really going through the program, every day is a day where you could crash out. It's like unlimited bad days. But some days are worse than others. You know what I mean? And you got to think there's people out here that got it worse than you. Your situation can always be worse. So by me being able to ride around my moped, also, I don't work at Wendy's no more. I'm at this warehouse, some miles out from by the airport, some miles out, you know what I mean? Building on, tents. It's great. Getting me back up early in the morning, getting off work, everything's cool. It's smooth. You know what I mean? Get my weekends back in the warehouse. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that it's cool. They have situations where, I don't know, like, maybe it's a coincidence, it got me working with this other black dude, you know what I'm saying? And I'm from down south, he from down south, he from Memphis, I'm from Georgia, well, by Atlanta, to be exact. And yeah, like he cool, but you know what I'm saying? In this programming, in this program, when you in the program, and they try to deem you undesirable or unfit. Like that movie 300. You watch that movie 300, with the 300 soldiers, perfect Spartans, and we had the Captain Leonidas, and everything had to be perfect with Leonidas. His whole defense structure, everybody had to have enough strength, you know what I mean, to hold the shield to protect. So there was this ugly looking thing that wanted to join Leonidas in the 300, but he was basically unfit. He was undesirable because, you know what I mean, he would have got all of them killed, you know what I mean? So this is kind of like how they try to go about with the program. Like they try to deem us like that, undesirable, unfit. And for most people, a lot of people in their programming, they want to defend that. They want to defend their reputation. They want to defend their character. So that's why you see a lot of people on autopilot. It's just a coping mechanism because they want to defend their own reputation and character. Even those who might feel sorry for you or whatever, they don't want to be thrown in the fire. So it's like they got to cope with it. They got to have their coping mechanism. You know what I mean? So normally when people seem like they're undesirable or unfit, they try to prove themselves. And that's what the program wants you to do. And wants you to go out here and prove yourself, wants you to go out here and spend money on materialistic things, and wants you to go out here and compete and challenge. And you're going against unlimited resources. You know what I mean? It's like they can create avatars. They got creative players for you. They got creative players. How you gonna beat creative players? You know what I'm saying? They could just, you know what I mean, create them. Ratings 99. You know what I'm saying? So come on with the games. You're not gonna win if you try to compete like that. They got all the resources. You know what I mean? But with God, anything is possible. But what I'm saying is like, hey, if you don't fit or conform into this program of what they want you to fit and conform, it's okay. As long as you got breath in your body, as long as you got the ability to glorify God, as long as you got your 5 senses, as long as you got ability to make income, you know what I mean? You're not under you're not under, what's the word? What's the terminology here? You're self-sufficient. You're not dependent on other people, because that's what the program like too. When you don't have your way, you don't have no money, and you're dependent on other people. That's how a lot of situations went south for me, because I was always in situations where I couldn't financially stable. I couldn't, you know what I mean, be independent like that. It was always, I was independent for a little bit, and then I was very, very dependent. But while I'm independent, it's harder for people to influence me. While you dependent, it's more easily, you know, because you want to keep putting smiles, you want to, you know what I mean, because you're not making the money, so you want to try to keep entertaining people and things like that. But I'm not in an area of my life where I don't feel like I have to entertain people. You know what I mean? I'm thankful for what the things that I got. You know what I mean? Thankful for God for everything He's doing for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's truly a blessing. Things not gonna happen when I want them to happen. Like, I want this, you know, the program in the end, but it's not. You know what I mean? You can't undo what's already done. You know what I mean? It's just, you gotta adapt. You know what I mean? Because I know in situations in the Bible, like, you know, when King David, when he looked out his porch, his patio in his royal palace, he looked out his patio and his royal palace, you know what I'm saying? And he seen Bathsheba. I think she was washing up, you know, naked. Oh, dang, it's a whole ant right here. Dang, little ant. Dang, that was a whole fire ant. That was a big old ant right there. But yeah, he seen Bathsheba taking a shower, you know, seen the water on her breasts and buttocks, and he seen the beauty. But that was already somebody's wife. You feel me? That was already somebody's wife. She was already officially married, you know, under that covenant. And he lusted for her. You know, he even got her husband killed. He was a soldier. You know what I'm saying? And boom, the husband got killed. You know, and by that, when he impregnated Bathsheba, their first baby didn't make it. You know, the baby that they had, it didn't make it. So what I'm saying is, there are situations in life where you can't undo what's already done. You can't change what's already done. It's just done. So I'm pretty sure King David, you know, he would want to reverse that and, you know, try to keep his, you know, head on the swivel. But most of the Israelites, you know what I mean, they fell because of some type of sexual immorality. But needless to say, that once the red button's been pushed on us, boom, it happened. You know, some people may deem themselves innocent. Some people, you know, might be innocently targeted. You know what I mean? However the situation is, we've been placed on this list, you know, and we can't undo what's done. You know what I mean? And everything happens because of God's will. You know, so it's like, do we conform and be worse and dig more into our negative nature, like how they want us to be like them, and commit some type of heinous act, you know what I mean? Some type of act to really label us, to really put us in a box, you know what I mean? For us to self-destruct? Or do we, you know what I mean, adapt and still try to be as much peaceful as you can and be as prosperous as you can and still move on with your life, not mad at God, not mad at the world. You know what I'm saying? Not mad at the world. I'm just not going to conform. You know what I mean? Because I can't undo, you know, what's already done. So yeah, I got my new job and stuff like that. And I know like at the job, you know, the tactics and things like that. They got a lot of beautiful women at the job. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not in that mindset to be focused on that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the guys there, they, oh, you see her? Oh, she look good. She look good. I'm like, all right, well, she look good. You know what I mean? Hey, do your thing. But they know not to do their thing. They waiting to see how I react. You know what I mean? See how I move. You know what I mean? So I already know everything be like set up. You know what I mean? It just be unnatural chemistry. It's not even natural chemistry. It's very forced and unnatural chemistry. And right now I'm not in the mindset, uh, you know, because I'm in a relationship. So I'm not in that mindset. You know what I mean? So they try and try every day, to make me kind of feel left out, like square, or like, you know, you're not cool enough. You got to be like this black dude here. See this black dude, he's cool. You know, he's smooth. You know, see these people right here, they smooth. This is how you supposed to be. What are you doing? Why do you act the way you act? Uh, you just be spacing out, or, you know, you look lost, or, you know what I mean? You don't look like you have all your marbles. You know, you don't look like the sharpest knife in the drawer. You don't look like the brightest light bulb. All these, you know, type of things. But it's like, hey, guess what? I'm still showing up to work. Hey, guess what? I'm still doing my performance. Guess what? I'm still got a roof over my head. So it's like, hey, if y'all want to label me undesirable or unfit or not, you know, in the circle or whatever, it is what it is. Because God still got me. God's still gonna protect me. And I'm just thankful. You know, I don't have a lot to complain about. I just be thankful. Get my alone time, my isolation time, my time of peace, my peace of mind to keep going, you know, regardless of the adversaries, or because every day is always something. But one thing I have noticed, there is a lot more helpful people coming out the woodworks. I would say that. I don't know what happened. It was like a shift. I don't know if it was the election, but it was happening before the election. Like, it was just a shift in my life. I feel like a little shift, you know what I'm saying, where people are now being more positive. There's people being more positive, you know, people being more talkative, there's actually people that seem like they're genuinely trying to, you know, connect with me. You know what I mean? Even though it seems inorganic at times, at least they trying to, you know what I mean? And they're not doing the tactics. So I'm like, okay, wow, they are conscious of the tactics, because when they're like trying to genuinely connect, they try to make sure they don't do the tactics. They try to make me feel comfortable, even though if they feel uncomfortable. And that's what's up. I really appreciate that. You know what I mean? But then you always have that other side, the other side of the coin. And they're going, you know, rah, 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 rah. You know what I mean? Get you all the tactics, go hard, you know, try to annoy you, irritation, you know, try to make you feel as uncomfortable as possible in an unprovable way. Everything's subliminal, you know what I'm saying? It's like they want to suffocate you, you know, walls closing in with these tactics. But it's been more, um, endurable because now I got positive reinforcements. You know what I mean? And, you know, just like there's demons, there's angels. You know what I mean? Because before I felt like I was like Tom Hanks off Castaway. I just felt isolated, like, dang, it's just me. You know what I mean? It's just me. But it's not just me. Because if it was just me, I wouldn't have made it. Not going against this force, I wouldn't have made it. It's almost like when Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were like the Israelites, and King Nebuchadnezzar, he built this statue, this 50-foot statue, a golden statue, and he wanted the Israelites, they were slaves at the time in Babylon, and they were supposed to bow down to the statue, bow down, conform. But they refused to bow down and conform. So since they refused to bow down and conform, they became thrown in the fire. They was thrown in the fire, so they were supposed to be burnt. They were supposed to be destroyed, being thrown in this fire. And by some of us TIs being put in this program, we were supposed to be destroyed. We were supposed to be burnt because we refused to conform. We refused to bow down and submit to whatever influence or manipulation they want us to do, whatever psychological molding they want us to perform so they can get their absolute results. So just like Abshak, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, just like they didn't conform and bow down and they was thrown into the fire, but guess what? There was a fourth man in that fire that was with them, and that was God. And God was protecting them from being burnt. So in the same way, when we being put in this fire, you know what I'm saying, going through this game stalking, you know what I mean, we being protected. So we're not being burnt, we're not being destroyed. We got God on our side. So for those who got God on their side, you know what I mean, you're not being destroyed. Don't be mad at God. Keep praying, keep looking up, keep being positive. There's always going to be negative reinforcement. Even before the program, even before it was just, you know, obvious. Now that we see obvious, it's more obvious now. You know what I mean? It's always, that force always going to be here, you know, until the end of this, you know, this reality. And, you know, until there's a new reality, you know, that'll be established by God. But right now in this reality, there's a positive and a negative force. And as long as there's a negative force, there's going to be a positive force. As long as there's a positive force, there's going to be a negative force. You know what I mean? And boom, that's just what it is. You know, and me, you know, I'm trying to keep everything positive. I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to compete. You know what I mean? I'm just here to play my part. You know, trying to make myself an open instrument to be used by God. You know what I mean? Regardless of how many things came my way, it's like, what type of ways, what type of opportunities can I be used by God? I don't have too much anything to prove anymore. I don't have anything to prove anymore. You know what I mean? By me chilling with this black dude at the warehouse, I just realized, like, dang, you know, I mentally kind of matured a lot. You know, before I used to always try to prove myself, like, oh, you be rapping? Oh, bro, what you be on? Oh, man, we can go here. Oh, man, we go to the party. We can go to the club. Oh, this and that. And it's just like, dang, you know, I'm not even on that mindset. You know what I mean? I ain't even trying to prove nothing. I'm out of that. I don't have to be in that mindset. I don't have to be, I got other means of survival. Before, it was limited means of survival. It was hard to get jobs, you know, because of my background. It was hard to get jobs. It was hard to find employment, you know, and it was competition because there was other blacks in the same situation and everybody's competing to find a job. Here, you know, some of these people are spoiled. They look at the jobs they work, man, I don't want to work here, and they leave their job. And they still be riding big cars and stuff like that. They straight here. You feel me? So it's not that much competition, and I'm thankful for that. You feel me? So it's like no more survival means. I didn't do what I did to try to be cool. I did how survival means. You know what I mean? By being dependent on others, you start burning bridges. But when you're independent, you don't burn no bridge. You know what I'm saying? Because you're self-sufficient. You can feed yourself. But when you in situations where you can't feed yourself, you gonna burn bridge. You gonna be living up under somebody until they can't take it no more. Cause now you're a burden to them. So now that I'm not a burden to people, you know, it's now been like a force of people trying to reach out to me. But it's like I kind of evolved now. I don't wanna backtrack. I don't wanna go back. I don't wanna look back. You know what I mean? I wanna look forward. Looking back, that's like with the situation with Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah, when Lot, Abraham's nephew, uh, went in Sodom and Gomorrah and they made it out and the angels led them out, and Lot's wife, the angel told him, we finna burn the city, Sodom and Gomorrah, because all that crazy stuff, all that homosexual stuff, all that incest, all these orgies, all this sexual stuff going on. This is a wicked town. We finna burn it down. And then the man there wanted to rape the angels. So they, boom, burned it down. So Lot and his wife, and they leaving out of the Sodom and Gomorrah. But guess what Lot's wife do? She turned around. She looked back. She couldn't help it. She had to look back. She had to see it. So she turned around, looked back, poof, turned into a pillar of salt. So it's the same thing, once God like lead us out of a situation, you know what I'm saying? Do we look forward? He said, don't look back. Don't look back, look forward. You know what I'm saying? Because look back just like that. Boom, pillar of salt. You know what I mean? Be destroyed. So if God led you out of a situation, you look forward. You keep your eyes on the prize. You look forward. Don't look back. Don't go back. There's people trying to reach out. You know what I mean? They notice the shift. Like, hold on. Like crabs in a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, hold on. You got to get back in your place. This is your place. What are you trying to do? That's not you. But you know what I mean? God has the final say so. So all thanks and glory and praise to God. So yeah, that's how everything's going for me. Everything's like slowly progressing. You know what I mean? And I'm just taking my best foot forward and just continue striving. And I say that for y'all too, y'all. Take y'all best foot forward. Keep striving. Keep looking. Don't give up. You know what I mean? So, yeah. With that being said, TI family, I love y'all. Y'all hold y'all head. Don't turn fed. Continue to get that bread. And remember, red is just red. Peace.